Europe provided Ukraine with only a fraction of the bullets it needed, while North Korea supported Russia. Analysts say this will create difficulties for Kiev next year. In March this year, Ukraine requested 250,000 shells a month from its European allies. Then Defense Minister Oleksiy Reznikov said the entire war plan required at least 350,000. At the time, Ukraine was rationing itself with just 110,000 a month and needed Europe to make up the difference. The European Union has pledged 1 million bullets within a year. This was a third of Ukraine's demand. EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell said he had 4 months to close the gap. But more deliveries of new production were needed. We want to know where we are today and what the production rhythm of this second runway could be, Borrell said at a meeting of EU defense ministers on the 14th of November. Russia is also firing more projectiles than it can produce and asked North Korea for help in September. White House spokesman John Kirby said North Korea delivered 1,000 containers worth of munitions in a month. Estonian military intelligence chief Col Ants Kiviselg said this meant 300,350,000 rounds. This is the same amount that the EU delivered to Ukraine, but in 1 month instead of 8. A Washington Post analysis satellite photos suggested number was higher because ships had been sailing route between North Korean Free Trade Zone port of Rason and Russian port Dunai since August. Russia may have received additional North Korean shells via rail. Yiorgos Margaritis, professor emeritus history at Aristotle University of Thessaloniki, who monitors artillery balance, told AL to great surprise West. Russia has proven to be more adept at securing what it wants from outside, including China. The amount of bullets promised by North Korea is terrible, and they have already provided 1/10 of this. Russia has good supplies, doesn't care about the amount of losses, and undoubtedly has third-party support. On Ukrainian side, all three elements are not the same, Jens Bastian of German Institute for International and Security Affairs told Al Jazeera. The EU struggled to find an answer. Borrell claimed that the defense industry has defaulted on contracts with foreign customers who currently purchase 40% of its production. The U.S. response was faster and more dynamic. In February, it decided increase production of artillery shells sixfold, a level not seen since the Korean War, in order replenish stockpiles sent Ukraine, supply more Ukraine, and build stockpiles for future conflicts. According to a New York Times report, the U.S. Army tripled that figure while purchasing 14,400 rounds a month in September 2022. And doubled it again to 90,000 in January 2023. The EU has said it will meet the US's annual order book for artillery ammunition, including missiles, of about 1 million rounds by spring. Meeting on November 14 for this to happen, governments must give orders, he said.